And mine is not actually a question. It's actually to see how you can, UDA can help us or empower us, because our employers, they trust us. From 2019, I've been trying to get a landing right for our airline, just trusted by my employee, but I'm not able. And this landing will create job opportunities for so many Kenyans, because I negotiated that. I told them, if I get the landing, will you guys bring expatriates or you will employ our people? I thought that was the winning card, by trying to speak to the people I was told to speak to, that they will give us the landing in condition that our people are the ones who are employed. But I have not bore fruit since 2019 November. I have even asked letters to be written to the ministry, but there is no reply. We have so many Arabs who want to invest. They even gave me another project on machines that produce water from the atmosphere. And I also put a negotiation card like, train our people so that we can be servicing these machines. They gave me 2 machines worth millions. They are here. When it arrived here and it's a donation packet, I had to pay millions for taxes. So how do we combat all this? Because we have opportunities where we can help our sisters and our brothers through patriotism and the love of our country. But we have barriers. Barriers that only God can help us. And God equip you because of the young mind and the fresh anointing that will be there for you. You are our Moses. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gentleman from Oslo. Yeah, my good patron also had a similar problem. In fact, the things he had managed to get were auctioned. So, now, you see, we have a background. The background was, once upon a time, the law permitted that, gave discretion to the Minister for Finance to waive taxes on case by case on items that were imported into Kenya. That discretion was abused. So when we developed, or when Kenyans were rewriting the constitution in 2010, they actually locked the doors and the windows and everything. And they said, everybody must pay tax. It was in response to an abuse on the tax system that was used by a few people to benefit people in different ways. That's what we have as a problem today in Kenya, that the law, the constitution actually, it's not even the law, the constitution demands that taxes are paid on everything. Now, we will progressively have to deal with it because we have lost many opportunities, as has been said here. Many people have donated, and I get letters upon letters on my desk of people saying, look, these things are being donated for free. Why are you asking us to pay 3 million, 5 million tax on an item that was donated for free, for charity, or to help a community health center, or to help in this or the other? That's a discussion we must have, and that's a discussion within government we must look at critically. It is not something that you're telling me. It is something that is present on my desk every day. People raising issues, not just even Kenyans, even our development partners. They are concerned that even when they want to donate something, you know, you're giving somebody something for free and he's telling you pay so that you give me. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, for you to give me the gift you want to give me, you have to pay me to receive it, you know. It's really counterproductive. So that's a discussion that is alive, and I wouldn't give you a straight answer today, but it is something that as we go forward, we must have a discussion around it and find a solution to it, so that we cannot disadvantage ourselves in a situation where you are in need, but you are asking to be paid for your need to be sorted out, you know. My good lady there on what they are doing about community relationships and trying to build a network of support around different communities. We will wade through those because approaches are different. One community to another community, the approach is different. We have cultural issues, we have customary issues. We all have to balance how we drive our agenda. I know you have said that it shouldn't be very difficult for you people to meet me. While that is very true, and I try to be as available as I can, but I'm just one person, you know. It's not possible for me to meet everybody. And that's why we have a party structure. That's why we have all other structures to help support this whole effort. Eliud Awalo here will also help you on matters you have raised on the contributions of ideas in agriculture. We have our economic team, a very talented group of good Kenyans. My good brother Eliud is a member of that team, and he can facilitate a meeting between whoever you want us to meet with that team, and we will be able to tap into the good ideas on farming that you have, and we can be able to bring them on board. I think Eliud, you can facilitate that. I agree with the gentleman from Uganda that we have challenges of imports of maize, and we just need to help our people in Uganda. I am among the people who import maize from Uganda for my chicken. And there is a real problem with maize from Uganda, I must tell you. In fact, we just stopped importing maize from Uganda because the cuckoos became sick. And largely, it has nothing to do with, it's just handling. Because most of the infrastructure, you know, people dry the maize on the road, so the maize come when it is already brown, and it becomes very, there is a small problem which we can deal with, you know, in just matters of handling the maize, but it's not an excuse for people to lock the gates against the maize coming from Uganda, because Uganda is a very big source of maize, as Tanzania is for Kenya. Maybe when you are talking about the way it is handled so that it gets contaminated and then it brings challenges, we have to work as countries to be able to sort out that problem. The parish model in Uganda is you are 100% correct. It is the bottom-up approach. And that is why, for those of you who are here, Uganda used to be our #1 destination for exports. You will be surprised that today, Uganda exports more to us than we export to them. And it's because of what Museveni has done with that bottom-up economic model. He has created production. We have challenges with maize, as that good brother has said. We have challenges challenges with sugar. We have challenges with eggs coming from Uganda because they now produce more than we do, and their price is cheaper than ours. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing has actually reversed, has gone full circle. Today, we are exporting less to Uganda. They are exporting more to us. Yet they used to be our #1 export destination. It means we have to really think about our model, and that is why I have come up with the proposal of the bottom-up economic model, so that we can fire our economy from the below, where we have the majority of our citizens. I appreciate your support, all of you. I don't take it for granted. I know it comes with a lot of emotion, and it's all because we all want the best for our country. Janet, the whole issue of an opportunity to have landing rights is not quite a commercial issue. It is also a very big political issue. Maybe if I would get somebody to discuss with you how that goes, because it's not a straightforward commercial issue. There is a lot of politics in being allowed to land in a country. We struggled to get Kenya Airways to land in America. It took us quite a while, and a lot of you must do this, you must do this, you must do the other, you must do the other. We just signed, when the president was in South Africa, some collaboration between our two airlines. It's normally handled at a very high level because there is a lot of politics around it, and where you fly, with who, you know, when you have landing rights in one country, it affects your landing rights with the next country because of the relationship between your country and that other country and the other country. Sometimes there are countries, because of differences, you cannot be allowed to overfly a certain country. So there is a lot of geometry around it that eventually informs a decision whether you get a landing right or not. So again, I sympathize with your frustration in trying to get some of our people employed using your airline. But maybe if it is something that is brought to our attention directly, we can be able to advise on what needs to be done and clearly know whether there is a possibility or not, right? So that we can all move together. Maybe we can take the last two questions or so, and then I can allow the MPs to speak.
Okay, we'll take.
Please make it short. Ask your question.
Introduce yourself.
Thank you, His Excellency, the Deputy President, honorable members, and the delegate. My name's Joki Dhuku. I'm the daughter of the late Hari Dhuku, the freedom fighter. I'm happy to be with you here this afternoon. I have three questions. One is about the freedom fighters. What plans do you have for the freedom fighters who fight for the freedom which is making us to be here where we are today, including my dad and the other voiceless freedom fighters? The other thing, apart from Hari Dhuku, we don't have anything. Given the honor in the rate of my dad, what does the government plan to do so? I would appreciate if my dad is recognized somewhere else beside Hariduk Road. The other one is about, I'm a Kenyan citizen by birth and everything. But this issue of coming from America and we are being charged visa to come to my country, it's painful. Why are we being charged? Why are being charged visa to come to our country? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll take one more here, and yes, to the gentleman in the red. And that's the last. Go to the next.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Mombi, and I live in Dallas, Texas. My question is for the sake of those who are doing business in America or any other diaspora country. I have a Kenyan restaurant in Dallas, and it is so difficult for us to get items that we need to be able to promote Kenya and sell Kenya. And a good example or case in point is Tusker. I have made an effort for the last almost 10 years trying to get direct authorization to be able to get items like Tusker and spices, which now have been allowed, that is okay. But even with the help of the embassy, you still cannot even make a step forward. With all Goa rules and all that, there is no reason why we should not be able to get it directly and have that done by a Kenyan instead of that being given to an American and has a contract for more than 50 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, last question. Introduce yourself and make it short. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, thank you so much for welcoming us to the Hustler Mansion this morning. Once again, my name is Eliud Mwana Kipsang. I'm the person or the chairperson coordinating the East African region, the 4 countries of Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Burundi. Earlier on, the gentleman here asked about the voting, which, Your Excellency, you didn't answer. And I'm so passionate about it because we, the East African region, have been participating in elections since 2013 into 2017, and now we are going into 2022. And we are not just here to discuss about money or about anything, but how are we going to contribute to the vote basket come 2022? And that's where my passion is. And in the East African region, we've called ourselves the +1 team. William Ruto here to be president in 2022 needs 50 + 1. And for him to get that 50 + 1, he actually needs a 1 vote from the diaspora. And that's why we are saying, let's put our focus also in the mobilization of votes. And we're extremely happy that the IEBC is trying to extend the voting rights to other parts of the world. And the registration of all voters in the diaspora is starting on the 2nd of December, and it will be ending on the 20th of December 2021. And I'm calling upon all of you, my brothers, who have made it here today, my sisters who have been able to make it here today, and those of us who have not been able to travel with us, let us all turn up and register as voters in different embassies and different consulates that we are going to be working with. So as UDA East Africa chapter, we are doing a number of things to mobilize votes. And we also have musicians that we've come with a musician who would like to also present you the song that he has been able to compose for you. And it's doing a lot in the East African region, trying to mobilize the votes, trying to make them go and register as voters. Thank you so much.
And Joki has said, what plans do we have about our freedom fighters? You may want to know that this is something that we have we've thought through. There is a huge development that is going on now at Uhuru Gardens. We hope that that development at Uhuru Gardens will provide a basis for us to have a memorial museum for our independence and all the people who made their contribution. There is a huge museum that is being done as we talk. If you pass by Uhuru Gardens, you will see there is a very big development that is going on there. I remember I traveled to not Botswana, Namibia, and they took me to their Independence Memorial Museum. And when I came here, I had a discussion with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and we had a long discussion, and that's how we ended up with the investment we are making at the Uhuru Gardens. We intend to use that for history, and we also intend to create a place where, if families accept, going forward, some of our heads of state and people in that category, if the families so wish, they can be given a place where that also can be a place where we have a site for remembering our leaders, both past, present, and hopefully future. So I am very sure that Harry Thuku will have a place in that museum as we create it. The fact that there is Harry Thuku Road already is recognition enough that he made a contribution to the independence of our nation. The issue, the matter of visa, we have this dual citizen. You are not a dual citizen. You are. So why are you paying visa if you are a dual citizen? Because you should be able to use your Kenyan passport to come back home. Pardon?
When I use the US passport, they say that I cannot come to Kenya because I don't have the visa. So I have to go back to the house and get the Kenyan passport so that I can travel.
So
my question was, why do we have to pay for Kenyan passport if we want to use the American passport? Why do we have to pay for the visa? Because we are American by naturalization, yet we are Kenyans by birth.
I think it's a smaller issue, madam. I think it's a very small issue. I think, if you get to the airport and your passport says you are American, they just treat you as an American. So I think for purposes of getting out of that problem, whenever you are coming home, why are you not proudly using your Kenyan... and I'm not making a big issue out of it. I'm just saying, maybe before we create a proper nexus, I would advise you, whenever you are coming home, please use our Kenyan passport. It's not too bad. Yeah? But anyway, maybe we can have another discussion just to understand if there is a problem beyond what you have, or maybe I have not understood you properly. And then the Mumbi and your big restaurant in America with Tasca. It's really wonderful that you are thinking about a Kenyan drink Kenyan recipe out there and that kind of thing. Again, you know, we live in a world that has trade laws, you know. So every country wants to protect their industries. You know, they want to make sure that if it's not being produced in their country, there must be, you know, how things are done. I don't understand fully what the issue is. I know you've said there is only one person licensed to be able to do that. Maybe there needs to be a discussion so that it's not so restricted. If it is already allowed that it can be sold in America, then we just need to make it that much more easy. And I hope with my proposal to have a diaspora ministry, I hope these are some of the things that we can straighten out much more faster. And hopefully, again, maybe we can help Njoki with her passport issue if we find this diaspora ministry to try and sort it out. Yeah. No, I'm saying that passport maneno. And then voting. You know, we all would really like, I mean, every Kenyan to vote. It is a right. It's a right that must not be denied in any way. But the capacity of our IEBC is something that we have to work on. You know, our IEBC, we must accept, has had challenges from the Kivuito days, and to be able to develop the trust that they indeed have the capacity to run a free, fair, democratic, verifiable election is a big challenge. So sometimes, because of the pressure that is there on IEBC locally, they try to respond to the pressure locally and try to manage things locally, and they think, in their opinion, that maybe stretching themselves too far into the diaspora, which they are doing gradually, may undermine their capacity to have a free and fair nomination. I think we just have to be patient that process is not static. At least the journey to get everybody vote from wherever has started. We started in, as my good gentleman there said, we started in the last election, the last two elections, and every other election, the number of countries that are coming on board to vote are increasing. At least we are making that journey. We will continue to encourage IEBC. Again, we must respect the independence of every institution. It is not something politically we would want to do, but we would want to get IEBC to understand. And I think also it is good for you people in the diaspora to as leaders, that pressure also is appreciated by them, so that they can expedite and make it much more faster for more and more people to vote. I was surprised, actually, when some of the American friends who are here were voting in the last Biden-Trump election. And some of my American friends here actually had to post their vote. You know, they had to get the vote earlier, you know. And, you know, that can be very controversial in Kenya, that, you know, that there are people already voting when, you know, so it's quite something we have to really think about. And you saw, even in America, there was a controversy in court as to when did the posted votes arrive? Were they counted? Did they arrive in time? Or there are some of them arrived, but it was already beyond the day of voting. So there can be quite a something there, which I am sure IBC are afraid to deal with. They are still trying to build trust that they can handle actually an election. And so I think we just have to, together as Kenyans, continue building on that, on the trust and capacity around IBC, with focus on making sure that everybody exercises the right to vote. I think it's a huge question that there are Kenyans who cannot, even though they are desirous of voting, they cannot vote. So I think that is something that we will. And I know that the challenge always is that IEBC keeps telling us that we are not giving them enough resources. So maybe to overcome that challenge, and with the Diaspora Ministry, and with all of us engaging like the way we are doing, we will make the resources available for IBC to fast track the possibility of every Kenyan voting from wherever they are. Sawa sawa. Thank you very much, good people. Sorry, I have another engagement in Kajiado, which I could not postpone because it's that much difficult.
Haya. Honorable speakers,